from this news, it's very difficult to comment on what exactly those subjects would be, what books, what treatments, what line of education, what line of learning students will be getting. The Indian medical education, the members of it, the doctors, they are not clearly happy because they are calling it a mixopathy. You are mixing something that is based on science with something that is based on conventional wisdom. How will the patients decide? Should I go to the Ayush doctor or should I go to the MBBS doctor? Should I get Ayush medicine or should I get allopathic medicine? That's another question. As a patient, would I know that this doctor is a dual degree holder? When I go to this doctor, will I have choice to ask him to prescribe me only allopathic, prescribe me only Ayurvedic, or this doctor is going to tell me what is better for me? Hello and welcome to our channel. Today we are going to discuss a very interesting news. We have the paper cutting over here. The headline reads, "Dual medical degree gets green signal." When I first saw this news, I got excited that medical education is now trying to integrate both bachelor's and master's degree in one, because conventionally it has been so in engineering. In IITs and many NITs, you would get integrated degrees where BTech and MTech are integrated into one degree, and instead of 6 years, you spend 5 years to complete that degree. And the same is also you will see in management education. So BBM or BBA plus MBA into one degree, right? Bachelor's and masters into one degree. Usually it is called an integrated degree, and you spend about a 6 month or a year less to complete both masters and bachelor's in one degree, right? In 1 year less time, right? So this news headline, when I saw, I felt something similar Indian medical education system is trying to come up with. But when you dig deeper, we'll discuss this in a moment, you will realize it's completely different. And it's surprising. Why is it surprising? I told in the beginning that we are going to discuss an interesting news. Why is it interesting? Once we go deeper, analyze this news, we'll know why is it interesting. It's interesting for the idea. I mean, it feels out of the world. It feels bizarre. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? That is something that not for me to comment on. We'll go through the news. We'll see how other people and the medical community is reacting to it. So the headline reads, "Dual medical degree gets green signal," right? So what is this dual medical degree? Okay. So once you go deeper, you will realize the dual medical degree combining MBBS and BAMS. So Indian healthcare system, Indian healthcare education system is trying, in fact, it has got a green signal to launch a parallel medical degree in 5.5 years. Up until now, you had option to either study MBBS or BAMS or BUMS and many other such degrees. But in one degree, you are studying that particular subject, that particular line of study. For example, in MBBS, you are studying evidence-based allopathy education. That's what you are learning in that degree. In BAMS, you are studying about Ayurveda. That is something that is based out on conventional wisdom, ancient science. You are learning that. But this new attempt is trying to mix both MBBS and BAMS, right? So let's try and understand what the Indian healthcare education system is trying to propose. So as per this news cutting, the entire degree has been divided into 3 phases. So phase 1 is of 1 year and 3 months. What will you study? What students will study in phase 1? So as per the news cutting, phase 1 will be about the study and approach of normal health and its determinants, right? It's very difficult to say what are the subjects. Will those be subjects that you study in BAMS, or will those be subjects that you study in MBBS, or mixed? It's a very high level name. It's a very umbrella term. Subjects and books and terminologies are not given here, right? The phase 2, again, another 1 year, 3 months, right? The phase 2, as per the news, is about study and approach to diseases and their treatments. Again, students will be spending 1 year, 3 months studying this phase 2. From this news, it's very difficult to comment on what exactly those subjects would be, what books, what treatments, what line of education, what line of learning students will be getting. I mean, as per the news, it's mixed. Maybe half of the time they'll be studying about MBBS subjects or the scientific learning. As we know, MBBS is based on science and evidence. I mean, anything that undergoes in general science is based on evidence. You take a treatment, you test that out. When you see the result, it becomes a treatment. It gets approval, it gets accepted. I mean, without proof, you cannot just introduce anything and claim it as a treatment or new methodology. Unlike MBBS, BAMS is different. It's based on ancient science, ancient wisdom. It does not demand any proof, any clinical trial. Okay, so you would see there are so many companies. I mean, I wouldn't be taking names. Every now and then they'll be releasing some medicine for some disease, but those medicine, they are getting approval from this line of science, saying that those medicine are effective in curing the disease is very difficult, because you do not have any clinical trial or any procedure to check or to prove the efficacy of medicine, right? Hence, it becomes difficult. One is based on purely science and experiments and results. Another is based on mostly conventional wisdom, beliefs, and just claims. Nobody is asking for proof. Hence, these two are completely two different line of study and line of methodology. In general, this BAMS is acceptable, and you can work or study and cure patient, or maybe get a clinic running on this degree in India only. But outside India, in developed countries, these are not entertained, they are not accepted. Only MBBS, something that is based on science and evidence, is acceptable, right? As I said earlier, should this be a welcome step? Should this be a step that we should criticize? What exactly it is, that I'll leave it to my viewers to comment on. But we are already getting different reactions. I mean, Indian Medical Association is clearly not happy about this step. We in this news cutting, we are already seeing that they have printed the comments that they're receiving from medical diaspora in India. Needless to say, a few weeks ago, IMA called this degree a Mixopathy, right? It says that we are not certain that NMC is not being consulted in this decision, right? So what they are trying to say, that medical diaspora, the Indian medical education, the members of it, the doctors, they are not clearly happy, because they are calling it a mixopathy. You are mixing something that is based on science with something that is based on conventional wisdom. Is it a good thing? I mean, people who have studied science, who have studied MBBS, clearly are calling it out. It's a bad decision, it's a bad move, and it's going to result into multiple challenges. And in a moment, we'll discuss those challenges also, right? And in addition to what this newspaper clip says, we also have recorded some sentiment from doctors, right? So one billboard we have received from a doctor that says, "Say no to dual degree. Dual degree, MBBS, BAMS, half doctor, half double danger." Means nobody is appreciating it from the medical fraternity. They don't like this approach, because clearly they see that it's going to result into many challenges, right? Another message, another comment that we have received from some doctor, it's calling out doctors. The doctors must unite and raise their voice against this reckless. So the medical fraternity in India is calling out a reckless step. It's clearly not welcome. They don't like it, because they believe, the medical fraternity believes, that it's going to result into many challenges. It further calls out that it's a dilution of science and medical ethics. That's a very strong word, very strong condemnation of this step, right? Should we welcome it or not? I mean, it's not mine to decide. Medical fraternity clearly is not happy about it, and they're calling it out. They're they're boycotting it, they're raising their voice. Okay, now that we have known, now that we know the reaction of medical fraternity, this news, and we have understood clearly what are the different phases which students will be undergoing, what I missed out that this degree will also have 1 year mandatory internship that students will undergo, right? So 3 phases: phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. Phase 3, by the way, is 2 year 3 months long. In this phase, students will be studying study of healthcare and healing, right? Study of healthcare and healing, again, it's a very broad and umbrella term, very difficult to say what exactly the breakup of subjects will be, how much time and effort they are going to put into BAMS or MBBS and MBBS subjects. Very difficult to say, right? At this point of time, this news just gives this much, right? And this news is something that has stirred the medical community. Doctors are clearly not happy. Everybody is boycotting and calling out, and they have very strong worded criticism towards this step. They don't like it, they don't welcome it, they don't appreciate it. Now that you know that what the news is about, what is the breakdown of subjects, and how they are going to approach to teach this mixed dual degree, okay, let's discuss the challenges that we could foresee that students who are going to enroll into it, or maybe the graduates that are going to come out of this model or this dual degree, they're going to face, or in general create for patients and Indian healthcare systems. The first question is, this degree mandates 1 year internship, right? 1 year internship. Usually when students are in MBBS college, in medical college, there also 1 year internship is compulsory, but it's clear that they are doing daily rounds within the college, right? Working with the professors, sitting in OPDs, consulting patients, talking to them. And when it comes to prescribing medicine, they prescribe allopathic medicine. In general, when a patient is coming to medical college, they are coming because it's a medical college and they want allopathic treatment. When they come to medical college, how will the patients decide? Should I go to the Ayush doctor or should I go to the MBBS doctor? Should I get Ayush medicine or should I get allopathic medicine? That's another question. I mean, within a medical college, usually allopathic system is there, but when patients come in the new system, how are they going to decide if they should go to Ayush doctor or they should go to MBBS doctor? Do they have this option to choose within the medical college? And let's say we develop this system wherein a patient is consulted well and told which system they should opt for, and let's say they go for such a system. So how is this 1 year internship being divided? How much time a student is going to spend on patients that are coming in seeking the allopathic medication, and how much time they are going to spend on the patients that are coming to seeking the Ayush BAMS medication. So allopathy duration, it's a question mark. Then Ayurvedic internship duration is also a question mark. I mean, are they going to spend 6 months and 6 months, 3 months and 9 months? How is it going to be? It's a black box. We don't know about it yet. Maybe time will tell us, right? That's the first challenge that we can foresee that every student who is undergoing this degree is going to face. The second challenge is of job. Usually, I mean, nowadays we see already there is too much competition for jobs in medical hospitals, right? Recently there was a news for one opening in Delhi Medical Hospital. They received 500 MBBS applications, right? So saturation in general is there. You can sense this because many MBBS graduates, they are not getting the jobs that they deserve, or at least they desire. The salary level is somewhere around 25 to 30,000 rupees per month for entry level doctors, right? With this scenario in market, and the second question it raises, how many big hospitals that we have where the Ayurvedic treatment is going on? Do we have anything equivalent to Apollo or Fortis or Medanta as famous, as many doctor employees? It's again big question. So people who are coming out of this system, are they going to end up opening up their own clinic, or are they going to end up working for some hospital? And if the second is the case, then do we have that many job openings in the market, right? That's one question. And second question is, let's say we don't have that many Ayurvedic hospitals. Students won't have any other option but to end up working for allopathic hospitals. For example, employers like Fortis or Apollo or any XYZ big hospital. Will they entertain students with dual degree, or will they ask students only with MBBS degree? So are they going to risk the reputation of their hospitals by employing graduates from this dual degree? So that's another question mark, right? So first question mark within this job headline would be employment opportunities. So in the job, we talked about two major points. One is, do we have enough employment opportunities? Second is, will employers entertain a dual degree candidate? Will employers. So when I say employers, I mean reputed companies, reputed hospitals. Right? The third challenge is, let's say that dual degree graduates end up getting a job or end up opening their own clinics. In such a case, when a patient comes to them, what will they prescribe? Will they prescribe allopathic medicine? Will they prescribe Ayurvedic medicine? How will they decide? I mean, is it going to be based on what disease the patient is facing? Let's say a patient is coming with normal sardi zukham versus whether a patient is coming with some chronic disease, right? How is it going to be? And will the patient have option to choose? I mean, knowing that this, first of all, as a patient, would I know that this doctor is a dual degree holder? When I go to this doctor, will I have choice to ask him, he prescribe me only allopathic, prescribe me only Ayurvedic, or this doctor is going to tell me what is better for me, right? As a patient, do I have right to stick to, no, I just want to go for allopathic. Whatever you prescribe is something I'm not interested in my interest or my belief, or I believe in evidence-based medicine, so just prescribe me allopathic. So the third challenge that doctor and the patient both are going to face is prescription. What are they going to prescribe? Which line of treatment that they are going to adopt? Another big question mark. Again, the time will only tell us how it's going to be, right? So both third and fourth we covered in this. The fifth is global recognition. In general, today, India is known for medical tourism. India enjoys a very good reputation of medical infrastructure and education. So how is it going to how this dual degree is going to impact that? Will it have the same kind of recognition as an MBBS doctor enjoys abroad? Many medical doctors every year go out of India to work. They have this choice, but BAMS in many countries is not recognized, neither accepted. What will happen with this dual degree graduate? Will they have this option that if they want to go out of this country and work there, is this pathway open for them? Is this door open for them? Or this dual degree just shuts that door, right? Another big question that remains, this is only, this will only time tell us what's going to happen to global career if any aspirants wants to go out of the country, right? This is pretty much it about the dual degree. As and when we get more information, we'll be creating more content and creating awareness about it. Meanwhile, please tell us what you think of this step and what is your opinion. Please tell us in the comment. And if you have any questions, any more information on this step by NMC, please do let us know. We'll see you in the next video. Thank you.